This week's guest is McKinney North's all-time winningest coach and is focused on making the Bulldogs a perennial playoff powerhouse. Please kick back and enjoy as I shine the Sunday spotlight on McKinney North's Mike Fecci. Coach Fecci, how big of a deal was it to play your two best games of the season when you absolutely needed it against Little Elm and Frisco Centennial?
That was huge. I felt like we peaked at the right time in the year, and that's critical. When you peak is very important, and for us to play our best games when we had to play them and be at our best at that time was a tribute to our kids. I mean, it was giant to go over to Little Elm and to win that game and then to turn right around the very next week and beat a team in Centennial in the first round. I felt like we played our best football at the end of the year, which is what you always want as a coach.
Explain the importance of making the program's first playoff win since 2014.
Yeah, it's huge. The goal of this program, it's the expectation. It's not a goal. It's to get in the playoffs. Anything less than that is not acceptable in our eyes. And, it's not only to get in, but it's to win. And to get in the playoffs, and to win in the playoffs was huge. This group of guys last year when we got in and lost in the first round made it a point that not only we're going to get back, but we're going to win once we get in there. And for them to do that was a testament to them. It's a testament to our kids. It's a testament to where our program is right now and what our kids believe and what our kids expect.
That segues me to a perfect segue to my third question. Is the entire program at the level where making the playoffs will become the norm and not the exception?
You always want it to be the norm, but what we stress to our kids all the time is it's not normal because it's hard to do. But it is the expectation. The expectation is we're going to be in the playoffs. Once kids have been in the playoffs before, and once you've established that and that becomes your expectation, that's what kids strive to work for. That's what kids want. The trick is doing it repetitively. Getting in is one thing, but to do it year after year is something different because, each group's different. Each group has to understand that it takes a lot of hard work, it takes a lot of dedication, it takes a lot of effort to get yourself back in there because not everybody gets in. And so, for us to get in 2 years in a row now, is great, and it's where we want to be and it's where we expect to be.
What will you do to replace one of the most successful senior classes that's come through here over the last decade?
I tell you, this is a great senior class, great, kind of a blue-collar group, It's going to be tough, as it is every year. Every year we lose our seniors, and each group leaves a mark on the program, leaves a legacy, and what you hope that they do is they raise the bar for the group behind them. And that group did this. This group that we had this year raised the bar from the group last year, and now it's a challenge for those up-and-coming guys to raise it again. And that's how you consistently build things. That's how you build a culture. That's how you build a program that has the expectations that you want everybody to have. And so it's a great class. I'm going to miss them. A lot of great kids in that group, and a lot of kids, you spend 4 years with these guys, and then to think about where they're going in the future excites us, but we're going to miss them for sure.
What are some of the things you plan to improve upon in spring ball to get ready for next season?
Well, we got a lot of holes to fill. We got to go find some players. We feel like we have some good pieces in place coming back, but at the same time, we got some spots to fill. And so in turn, that's what off-season will be. It'll be each year we start back at ground zero and we build the foundation again of hard work and dedication and encouragement and effort, and then we just work our way through it. And these kids come in every day and they work, and we start figuring out what's going to be the 2018 McKinney North Bulldogs. What are they going to look like? And it's a year-long process, but it's one that we enjoy doing. It's one we're excited about, and it's one we feel like we got some pieces to do it with.
How excited are you to play games at the new MISD Stadium that's got everybody talking about this stadium all across the nation?
It's going to be great. You drive by it. I drive by it all the time, and it just amazes me how nice it is and how fast it's going up. And it's going to be a first-class organization, our first-class facility for a great district. It's going to be the crown jewel of the city, and it's going to be something that our kids are going to just be in awe of the first time they get to walk in there and see it. It's going to be tremendous. It's phenomenal that we're getting it, and we're really excited to get a chance to play in there.
What adjustments, if any, does the program need to make to be successful once y'all permanently move to 6A in 2020?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that go with moving into 6A. I've coached the two schools prior to working here were 6A schools, at the time 5A because that's what they were. But, the biggest adjustment is you're playing against bigger guys, you're playing against faster guys, you're playing against people with big numbers. But so, really it's just becoming more of a point of emphasis of gaining our strength and gaining our weight room. The weight room's got to be huge. because when you see those guys in the 6A level and they're big kids, they can play, and so what you have to do is control that by what you do in off season. It's not necessarily we'll do something different. We will just be more pinpointed on what we're trying to accomplish with that, and we'll have to have a plan for it, and we will have a plan for it. So when it does happen, we're ready for it.
How big a deal for the program would it be if Ronald Jones comes out and is drafted very high in the NFL draft this spring here in Dallas?
Yeah, it'd be awesome. It would be tremendous. We're so proud of Ronald, as we are of all the guys that are doing great things out after they played here. But what a tremendous talent, what a tremendous young man. I get calls lots of times from different newspapers across the country or magazines that want to do feature stories on him, and it's funny, they all say the same thing about him is coach, is he really that humble? Is he really that? And he is. That's one thing about Ronald is Ronald is a very humble young man, and he's having a great year again this year. I'm really excited, that he's gonna get to play the bowl game against Ohio State, and anxious to see what he does there. And then anxious to see where he goes from there. If he chooses to come out. I'm glad for him. If he chooses to stay his senior year, I'll be happy for him there too. We're just proud of him. It'd be awesome to say, for these kids in this program to look up and say, hey, there's an NFL guy that played here. That'd be great, and Lord willing, it'll happen. But at the same time, we're just really proud of him and all of our guys that are playing college football.